I have touched an angel. Unbelievable but true. Good evening, Madam Toastmaster, fellow members, most honored guests. Yes, I saw, I shook hands, and I hugged Mother Teresa of Calcutta, better known as the living saint, because of her labor of love for the dying, for the neglected, and for the sick. It was once cold early morning of January 1985 when I accompanied my friend to the Missionaries of Charity in one of the depressed areas of Manila. My friend wanted to become one of them. A very unassuming young nun welcomed us and showed us around. She didn't speak that much. The place was so simple, bland, no ornate decorations. It is very clean that you can almost smell the antiseptic like the one in the hospital. And it was so quiet that you can almost hear your own breath. She showed us around. The first room that we went to is a room full of old people, dying, impoverished, weak. The next room was full of orphan children. They looked famished, delicate, weak. They need help in putting their own food in their own mouth. My eyes were dripping with tears. My heart almost skipped beating. I cannot be in that situation for more than 15 minutes. I don't have the heart and I don't have the stomach. And I cannot fathom how these young nuns can take care of these old and dying like their own parents, and can take care of these orphans like their own children. I cannot just fathom. That few moments changed my outlook in life. With eyes still wet and with mixed emotions of pity, compassion, bliss, thanksgiving, name it. Still with us, we went to the office. In the office, there was a van waiting. When they saw us, a couple went out of the van and introduced themselves as the consul and wife of the Indian Embassy of Manila. And they were there to pick up Mother Teresa. And we said, Mother Teresa is here? We didn't even know that she was there at that particular moment. And she was called. Mother Teresa was petite, wrinkled, bent, wearing worn-out sandals in her calloused feet, and a white sari with blue edgings wrapping around her fragile body. She walked so fast, like almost examining the pavement that she's walking. But when she approached us, she beamed a very infectious smile, showing her stained teeth. She talked to the dignitary in Indian language, and then went to us, shook our hands, and told us, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for visiting. She didn't only touch. I touched her hands, it was so hard. But that hand didn't only touch my hands, it touched my heart as well. I was so starstruck. I cannot believe the effect of Mother Teresa to me personally. And as she went to the van, I cannot help myself but exclaim in my own tongue, not in Tagalog, not in English. And I said, Kanugun, wala kita picture, wala ta camera. which is translated in English. It was so unfortunate that we don't have a camera. We weren't able to take a picture. Of course, we cannot bring a camera. We didn't know she was there. And as soon as she was seated in the van, it closed. But shortly after, it opened again. Mother Teresa disembarked, followed by the consul with camera in his hands. And then Mother Teresa told us, let us pose. So we excitedly did. We posed. And then they left. We were still starstruck. But before she left, she hugged us. You know, Mother Teresa is a very simple and ordinary person, but her effect to me is exceptional and special. When she shook my hands, I can feel the hard labor. And when she hugged me, it was so charismatic that it reached love without words. She is indeed a saint and an angel. Then what happened after that meeting? Well, my friend became a nun, one of them. I myself went to Saudi Arabia to work. This was still January of 1985. And every person that I talk to, if I have the chance to talk to them, I always tell them about Mother Teresa and her effect to my life. I haven't read anything about Mother Teresa. I just saw her in television. She was said to be the living saint, but I don't know why. But going to the place and meeting this small lady with a big, big heart changed all that. Then in April, I received a letter. A letter that says the return address is from India. And it has my name, the company, and the country only. It has no stamp. I said, what is this? How come? And then the explanation was, I don't know if it was, because it was only presumption, that the Embassy of India in the Philippines gave it to the Embassy of India in Saudi Arabia, who in turn gave it to Aramco. Aramco is the biggest oil company in the world. And it has a lot of sites in Saudi Arabia. It's like making your address, like Charlie Cheatham, Microsoft, United States of America. But it did reach me. That alone is a miracle. And what was inside? Our picture. Our picture with her with a note that, sorry we forgot to ask your address, but Mother Teresa wanted you to have this. And that picture is the proof that I indeed have seen the saint. I indeed have touched an angel.